Can you guys hear me? All right, let's do it. It's production time. I'm Reid Stefan, realist puppet in the game. And today, I'm premiering my vlog from NAMM 2020. But that premieres in 10 minutes, so till then, we're going to get to some questions out of the comments section. So let's get to it. How was the Luna? Oh, that's a great question. At NAMM UAD premiered a new DAW called Luna, just like Pro Tools, but made out of UAD algorithms, I guess you could say. So, honestly, I couldn't even get close to the booth. It was that crowded. The line was so long to go through the little museum exhibit that they set up, I didn't even get to do it. So, hopefully I can get on Skype or something with someone from UAD soon, and they can give me a rundown so I can give you guys a rundown. But honestly, it was crazy over there, so I couldn't even get in. I had too much other stuff to film for this vlog. My apologies. But I'll be coming to you soon with thoughts on Luna, because I have a lot of questions myself. How can we get wider? That's a free plugin. Go to polyverse.com, I think, or just Google Polyverse wider plugin. You'll go right to it. Great free width plugin. Man, why my beats sound terrible on other devices? Because you don't check your mixes on other devices. But if you're saying, oh, well, I'm checking my mix on another device and it sounds terrible, perhaps you have way too much low end. I'm guessing that device is something smaller than your main studio monitors, and you can't hear your bass, or maybe your bass is blowing everything out, or maybe it's the reason why your whole mix is quiet. That would be my best guess. What's your favorite plugin to use on bass lines and 808s? For a sound source, like if I want to play a bass on my keyboard, I'll probably drop a Whole Loops Disrespectful 808 in a sampler and manipulate it. What I love about those samples is they're really long, and you don't have to use them as a really long 808. You can very easily trim them down to a short one, but I often just use those for bass lines too, like a really long sample in my sampler. Now, if you're asking what plugin would I put on it to make it sound more low end, I tend to not put any plugins on it if I pick a good sound. But if I was going to do one, maybe Sausage Fattener or R-Bass, depending on what kind of thing I wanted to do to it. R-Bass is really transparent, sounds more like an EQ brought the low end out, whereas Sausage Fattener just turns it into a monster. Favorite UAD preamp would be the built-in one in the Apollo with nothing running in unison. I know they always tell you how great unison is, but I don't like it, because it prints to your mix even if you tell it not to. When you use the Unison plugin in your UAD console, you're stuck printing that plugin whether you hit the UAD monitoring, the blue button on the right. You know, you have UAD record, UAD monitoring. You'd think that you'd be getting clean signal, but not if you're using Unison. So I would rather put the plugin as the first insert in console and the first insert in my Pro Tools session than recorded in Unison. But that being said, my favorite was the Manley Vox box, but I heard some amazing things about the Avalon when me and Neek were driving to NAMM yesterday, so I'm about to go try the Avalon today. Reid, your favorite auto-tune plugin to correct vocals with? That's a great question. I use UAD Auto-Tune Real-Time Advanced. That's the old-looking white one on the UAD platform. Kind of looks like Antares Auto-Tune 8. Damn, this bee needs to get out of here. Go! Trying to talk about auto-tune. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, I use the UAD one the most. And then when I want to get something really aggressive, I'll pull up EFX, because that one gives you the hardest hard tune. But I'm not always going for that 100% auto-tune, like full blast sound. I usually want a sneaky auto-tune, so I go for the UAD one. The UAD one adds a lot of warmth to it. It's weird. It almost feels like a whole different plugin, because the UAD one adds a lot of warmth to the vocal, whereas the Antares ones, especially if you use it in classic mode, make it really bright and sharp. I'm usually going for the warmth, so I go UAD. Sorry for a long answer to a short question. FabFilter Pro R versus Altiverb. Excuse me. FabFilter Pro R versus Altiverb. I gotta try Altiverb. I love Pro R though, so I gotta say Pro R. Did you buy the UAD plugins? I bought about 80% of them, and then UAD just a couple months ago reached out and gave me the rest of them. So the final 20% that I didn't already own, I can't say anything I use a lot out of that. I pretty much had already bought the ones I heavily use. And if you're wondering which one I use the most heavily, that would be the Shadow Hills compressor, Auto-Tune as I was just saying, the Distressor, the Oxford inflator, the Manley Vox Box, and the EMT 250 reverb. And probably the OTO Biscuit for some crazy lo-fi effects. It's a really good one. Got this shadow on my face. Oh, we got 3 minutes until the NAMM vlog premieres, but we got time for more questions. Minus 14 loofs or less. If it's for Spotify, minus 14. If it's going to an A&R or someone who's going to edit it into a video, or like by that I mean like for sync, for television editing, I'll go as loud as possible. I make a lot of beats that are for songs that aren't specifically for public release. They're for someone to send to like an NFL video editor to edit my beat into their commercial. That's called sync. For that purpose, I go loud as I can, and those people really appreciate it. But like I said, for Spotify, you got to deal with their little algorithm. Stick to minus 14, make it sound as great as you can at minus 14. If you go a little bit over, it's okay, because I'm sure you'll have parts that are a little bit under. It'll balance out in the end. Let's see, Yamaha HS8 or Kali Audio? Oh, Yamahas have lasted me, 12, 13 years now? I gotta say, Yamahas are damn near invincible. I have no experience with the other one, but I have amazing things to say about my Yamahas. I still use them every day, even though I have other more expensive speakers. My most used plugin on vocals would be Auto-Tune. That's kind of a given. Let me do a better one. Probably CLA Vocals. It's usually always there. Do you sidechain your reverb? Yes, to the dry vocal. But I don't do that to every reverb. I just do that to the real thick, long ones. For the shorter, more discrete reverbs, the sidechaining isn't really necessary. You could just run it really quiet. Do a nice pre-delay. Do you ever simulate other kick? Maybe some tips. Does that mean maybe make a kick with a synthesizer? I use Kick 2. You can make some knock-in kicks with Kick 2. I hope that's what you're asking. What do you think about the new Luna? I was saying this right in the beginning. I didn't even get close to it. The line was crazy at NAMM. The booth was so packed that to get a good vlog, I just couldn't devote that much time to waiting there for Luna. So, unfortunately, you're not going to see Luna in this video that's about to premiere in a minute. And I'll put a link in the description if you're watching this live stream as a rerun in the future. But I'm going to get, hopefully, on Skype with someone at UAD, and they can give me a rundown on Luna and obviously get my hands on the software too, because I'm really curious to hear the difference. They claim there's a difference. Best plugin for... Man, this beat is all up on my camera now. At least it's not by me. I guess I can't complain. Antares Auto-Tune or Waves? Oh, Antares all day. The Waves one sounds miserable to me. I never liked it once. So I will never recommend the Waves tune to anybody unless you're absolutely not able to afford anything better. Get something better. Do you recommend me buy mix cubes or aren't worthy? Honestly, I only use my mix cubes at the very, very end of a mix to see how cluttered or open or harsh or hopefully not harsh my mid-range is. That's pretty much all I find them useful for, is as a good mid-range test at the end. Actually, I take that back. The other thing I really like using them for is to see if I picked the right volume balance for everything. Like, are the reverbs still audible on the vocal when you're playing them in the cubes? Yes, they are. Okay, is that a good thing because it's too loud, or is that a bad thing because is that a bad thing because it's too loud, or a good thing because we got that reverb going in clear? That's kind of up to you. But the fact that it gives you that really crappy version of your song to give it a new perspective is what I appreciate them for. and it looks like my NAMM vlog is about to premiere right now. So if you guys head over to my channel, click Realist Puppet Goes to NAMM, I'll finish answering any questions you guys have in the comments, or if you're watching this live stream in the future, you can just leave it as a comment below, and I'll probably reply to you or get to it next week. So I'll see you guys next time in another live stream. Peace out.